The peaceful village of Nyashanu. Once upon a time, in the greenlands of Zimbabwe, there was a peaceful village called Nyashanu. The villagers lived in harmony, farming, hunting, and singing songs around the evening fires. Nyashanu was known for its brave warriors, wise elders, and beautiful maidens. It was here that our story began. Chief Chiwota, the village leader, was respected and loved by all. His wife Maichipo was kind and nurturing. Together they were the heart of Nyashanu. The village had a strong sense of community and everyone worked together to ensure its prosperity. One sunny morning, Chief Chiwota and Maichipo were blessed with a baby boy. They named him Tawanda, which means we are many. Tawanda was a strong and healthy baby, bringing joy to the entire village. The villagers celebrated his birth with dances and songs, welcoming him with open hearts. Tawanda grew up surrounded by love and wisdom. His father taught him the way of the warrior, while his mother filled his heart with kindness and respect for others. Tawanda learned to hunt, fish, and farm, becoming skilled in many things. He was a curious child, always eager to learn and explore. In the evenings, the villagers would gather around the fire where the wise elder Gogonya Mkapa would tell stories. Gogonya Mkapa was known for her stories and wisdom. She shared tales of courage, honor, and the spirits of their ancestors. Tawanda was always among the children who gathered to listen to her tales, soaking in every word. One evening, Gugunya Mkapa told the children about a magical spear called Pfumo Reropa, the spear of the blood. It was said that whoever possessed the spear would become the greatest warrior and protector of the land. But the spear was hidden, waiting for a worthy hero to find it. That night, Tawanda dreamed of the spear. In his dream, an old spirit appeared and said, Tawanda, you are destined to find Fumoreropa. With it, you will protect your people and bring peace to the land. Tawanda woke up determined to find the spear and fulfill his destiny. Growing up with a dream, as Tawanda grew older, his determination to find Fumoreropa only grew stronger. He trained hard under the guidance of his father, Chief Chiwota. He mastered the use of the spear and the bow, becoming a skilled warrior. His mother, Maichipo, taught him the importance of kindness and empathy, ensuring he would be a just and fair leader. Tawanda's best friend, Shikomborero, often joined him in his training. Shikomborero was the son of a hunter and was known for his agility and tracking skills. The two friends were inseparable, sharing dreams and adventures. They often talked about finding the magical spear and bringing peace to their village. One day, Tawanda confided in Shikomborero about his dream. I believe I'm destined to find Fumoreropa, Tawanda said. The spirit in my dream told me so. Will you join me on this quest? Shikomborero did not hesitate. Of course, my friend. Together we will find the spear and protect our people. The two friends began to prepare for their journey, gathering supplies and seeking the blessings of their elders. Chief Chiwota saw the determination in his son's eyes and blessed him. Go, my son, and may the spirits guide you. He said. My Chipo embraced Tawanda, giving him a small amulet for protection. Remember the lessons we have taught you and always stay true to yourself, she whispered. The villagers gathered to see them off, wishing them safe travels and success. Tawanda and Chikumborero set off on their journey, promising to return with the spear. They knew the path ahead would be filled with challenges, but they were ready to face them together. The forest of mysterious sounds. Tawanda and Zvikomborero traveled through the dense forests of Zimbabwe, where they heard strange sounds. Birds sang sweet melodies, and animals rustled in the bushes. They stayed alert, knowing that dangers lurked in the shadows. The forest was beautiful but mysterious, with towering trees and thick undergrowth. As they ventured deeper into the forest, they came across a clearing with a sparkling stream. They decided to rest and replenish their water supply. While they were resting, they heard a rustling sound from the bushes. Tawanda and Jikomborere quickly got to their feet, ready to face any danger. To their surprise, a friendly young man emerged from the bushes. His name was Munyaradz, and he was skilled in tracking animals and finding hidden paths. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation, Mirad said. I'm also on a quest to find Fumore Ropa. May I join you? Tawanda and Zvikomborere exchanged glances. They were they were wary at first, but Mirad seemed genuine. You may join us, Tawanda said. Together, we will have a better chance of finding the spear. The three friends continued their journey, now more confident with Munyarad's knowledge of the forest. They faced various challenges along the way, including crossing rivers and navigating through thick vegetation. Munyarad's trekking skills proved invaluable, helping them avoid dangerous animals and find the safest paths. The village of Musango. After several days of traveling, Tawanda, Zvikomborere, and Munyaradzi reached the village of Musango. The villagers were friendly and welcomed them warmly. Chief Nyashanu, the village leader, listened to their story and was impressed by their determination. You are brave young men, Chief Nyashanu said, but the path to Fumoreropa is filled with challenges. You must prove your courage and strength to be worthy of the spear. Chief Nyashanu gave them their first test to face a fierce lion that had been terrorizing the village. The friends prepared for the challenge, knowing this was only the beginning of their trials. They sharpened their spears and devised a plan to confront the lion. Tawanda, Zvikomborero, and Munyaradzi tracked the lion to its den. With bravery and teamwork, they managed to confront the beast. Tawanda used his spear skills to defend them, while Zvikomborero used his agility to outmaneuver the lion. Munyaradzi's tracking skills helped them anticipate the lion's movements. Finally, they triumphed, earning the respect of the villagers. Impressed by their bravery, Chief Nyashan gave Tawanda a magical shield. This shield will protect you from harm, he said. Tawanda and his friends thanked the chief and continued their journey, now more confident than ever. The River of Spirits. As they traveled, Tawanda, Shikomborero, and Myaradz came to a wide river. The villagers said it was the River of Spirits, and only those with pure hearts could cross it. They built a raft and paddled across, praying for safe passage. Halfway across the river, spirit guardians appeared. They tested Tawanda and his friends' hearts, looking into their souls. The friends remained calm and truthful, proving their purity. The spirits allowed them to pass, blessing their journey. On the other side of the river, they met a wise old man named Sekuru. Sekuru knew many secrets and legends. He told them more about Fumureropa and warned them of the dangers ahead. He also gave them a special herb that could heal any wound. Continuing their journey, they reached the Mountain of Echoes. The mountain was tall and covered in mist. As they climbed, they heard whispers and echoes of ancient spirits guiding them. At the mountain's peak, they faced another test, a trial of strength. They had to move a large boulder blocking their path. With teamwork and determination, they managed to push the boulder aside, clearing the way forward. Descending the mountain, they entered the Valley of Shadows. This place was dark and eerie, filled with strange creatures. Tawanda and his friends stayed close, using their skills to navigate through the dangers. Exhausted, they found a hidden spring in the valley. Seguru's help came in handy as they healed their wounds and regained their strength. The spring's water also refreshed their spirits, reminding them of their mission. Continuing their journey, they met a mysterious stranger named Taku. Taku seemed to know a lot about their quest and offered to help. Through, though wary at first, Tawanda and his friends decided to trust him. Taku led them to a hidden cave said to contain clues about Fumureropa. Inside, they found ancient paintings and writings. The clues pointed them towards the sacred grove where the spear was hidden. Following the clues, they reached the sacred grove. The grove was a magical place filled with beautiful flowers and ancient trees. They felt a strong sense of peace and purpose as they searched for the spear. In the grove, they encountered the guardian spirit of Fumoreropa. The spirit tested their hearts one last time, making sure they were worthy of the spear. Tawanda and his friends passed the test, showing courage and sincerity. At last, they found Fumoreropa hidden beneath an ancient tree. The spear glowed with a magical light, and Tawanda knew it was their destiny to protect their people. With it, they took the spear and began their journey back to Nyashanu. The return journey. The journey back to Nyashanu was filled with anticipation and excitement. Tawanda, Zvikomborendo, and Munyaradzi felt the weight of their responsibility, but also the joy of their accomplishment. They had found Fumureropa and were eager to return home as heroes. As they traveled, they encountered various challenges. The path was treacherous, with steep cliffs and dense forests. They used their skills and teamwork to navigate through the obstacles, always keeping the spear safe. One evening, they reached a village in distress. A drought had hit the village, and the villagers were suffering. Tawanda felt a deep sense of compassion and decided to help. Using the magical spear, he called upon the spirits of the land, asking for rain. Miraculously, dark clouds gathered and rain poured down, saving the village. The grateful villagers offered them food and shelter, and they shared stories around the fire. Tawanda and his friends felt the power of the spear and the responsibility it brought. They knew their mission was not just to protect their village, but to help others in need. As they continued their journey, they met an old woman named Mbuyane Neria. She was a wise healer and seer, and she blessed their quest. Mbuya Neria gave Tawanda a special charm to protect him from evil spirits and guide him in his path. One night, as they camped under the stars, Tawanda had another dream. The old spirit appeared again, reminding him of the importance of courage, honor, and unity. Use the spear wisely, the spirit said. It is not just a weapon, but a symbol of your destiny. Tawanda woke up feeling renewed and determined. He shared the dream with Shikomborero and Munyarads, who also felt inspired. They knew their journey was nearing its end, but their mission was far from over. Finally, they reached the outskirts of Nyashanu. The villagers had been eagerly awaiting their return, and they were overjoyed to see Tawanda and his friends. Chief Chiwota and Mai Chipo welcomed them with open arms, proud of their bravery and success. The celebration. The village of Nyashan was filled with joy and celebration. Tawanda, Shikomborero, and Munyarats were hailed as heroes. The villagers sang songs, danced, and prepared a grand feast in their honor. The return of Fumureropa was a momentous occasion, and the village rejoiced. Chief Chiota called for a special ceremony to honor the young heroes. The villagers gathered in the central square where Tawanda presented the magical spear. The spear glowed with a radiant light, symbolizing hope and protection for the village. Chief Chiwota spoke with pride. My son, Tawanda, you have proven yourself to be a true warrior and leader. You have brought honor to our village and shown the strength of our people. May Fumore Ropa guide you and protect our land. The villagers cheered, and Tawanda felt a deep sense of fulfillment. He knew that his journey had only just begun, and he was ready to take on the responsibilities of a leader. He looked at his parents, who were beaming with pride, and felt a surge of gratitude. During the celebration, Gogonya Mkapa shared more stories of courage and honor, reminding everyone of the importance of their traditions and values. The villagers listened intently, inspired by the tales of their ancestors and the bravery of Tawanda and his friends. As the night fell, the villagers gathered around the fire, singing songs and sharing their hopes for the future. Tawanda, Zikomborero, and Munyarats joined in, feeling a strong sense of community and belonging. The next day, Tawanda and his friends began to fulfill their new roles as protectors and leaders of the village. They worked together to ensure the safety and prosperity of Nyashanu, always guided by the wisdom of their elders and the power of Fumo Reropa, protecting the village. With the magical spear, Fumo Reropa, Tawanda felt a great sense of responsibility. He knew that he had to protect his village and ensure its prosperity. He began to train the young warriors teaching them the skills and values he had learned on his journey. Rikomborero and Mnyaradzi also played crucial roles in the village. Rikomborero used his agility and tracking skills to lead hunting expeditions, ensuring that the village had enough food. Mnyaradzi, with his knowledge of the forest, helped the villagers find medicinal herbs and other resources. Together, they worked to strengthen the village's defenses. They built stronger huts and fortifications, ensuring that Nyashanu was well protected from any threats. The villagers felt safe and secure, knowing that they had brave and capable leaders to protect them. One day, a neighboring village came to Nyashanu seeking help. They were being threatened by a group of bandits, and their village was in danger. Tawanda and his friends did not hesitate. They gathered their warriors and set off to help their neighbors. When they arrived at the village, they saw the destruction caused by the bandits. Tawanda felt a deep sense of compassion and determination. "We will protect you," he said to the villagers. "Together, we will drive the bandits away." With the power of Fumoreropa, Tawanda led the charge against the bandits. The magical spear gave him strength and courage, and he fought with honor and determination. Chikomborero and Munyaradzi also showed great bravery, using their skills to outmaneuver the bandits. The battle was fierce, but Tawanda and his warriors emerged victorious. The bandits were driven away and the village was saved. The villagers were grateful and praised Tawanda and his friends for their bravery and kindness. Returning to Nyanshan, Tawanda felt a deep sense of fulfillment. He knew that his journey was far from over, but he was ready to face any challenges that came his way. He was determined to protect his village and ensure its prosperity, guided by the wisdom of his elders and the power of Fumoreropa.